According to Bull.com, studies have shown that when the ball hits the pocket, the greater the angle to a point, the better the pin carry. So, mastering a hook release or multiple hook releases will increase your score potential. This means that most professional bowlers hook their bowling ball to have a higher chance of getting a higher score, more strikes. Today, I'll be showing you how to bowl, specifically how to hook your ball with proper form to get a higher score. Also, do not mind me filming in my room. Let's just say, bowling alley was too loud, too loud. So, first off, you wanna go bowling. What do? Well, common sense would tell you, you gotta go to a bowling alley, okay? Going to a bowling alley is your first step. You can get different materials, like, let me show you for example. My bowling ball is the Roto Grip Hustle USA in 13 pounds. One variation you can get when you have your own bowling ball is the holes. So on this bowling ball, I did go with 3 holes. 2 holes you can do if you want to do two-handed bowling, but I prefer one-handed. Just depends on preference. And then also these holes, they do not go all the way down to your fingers like normal balls. They only go down to your fingertips, which does make it easier to hook. So if you do want to learn how to hook, that's the way to go. This is my chamois. It is, I believe it's made of leather. This was yellow previously. As you can tell, it has had a lot of use. It is used for cleaning the ball. So not as much oil, grease from the lane, dirt on the lane gets on your ball. And it does really help it keep nice and clean. My ball is a little nasty, but that's because I don't keep up with cleaning it. Finally, these are my bowling shoes. These are just Dexter's. Dexter's the most common brand. It does help because there is grip on the bottom of the soles, here. And that grip makes it so you could slide on the lane more or less, however much you want. Bowling alleys do have their own balls. They're only going to be plastic balls. So the plastic are the least reactive, so you won't get as much hook as if you were going to be using a urethane, a pearl, basically any bowling ball you're going to buy. How to have proper form while bowling. So it's very important to have proper form. You may say, oh, bowling's not a sport, you can't get injured. You would be surprised. You would be surprised. You can get many wrist injuries, finger injuries, leg injuries, foot injuries. That typically comes from bad form. Having good form will also help with your accuracy and consistency. So when you approach the lane, the first thing you want to think about is the amount of steps you're taking in the lane. There's going to be dots on the lane, so right when you're walking up. So let's pretend the ball return is right here. There's going to be these dots. You can line your feet up here. I do 4 steps when I walk up to the lane, but most people do between 3 to 5. Okay, so for my 4-step approach, my first 2 steps are basically just gaining momentum while holding the ball in front of you. On my 3rd step, so right before I get up to the lane, I start bringing the ball behind me. On my 4th step, since I'm bowling with my right hand, I don't want my ball to touch my leg. So you want to bring that leg behind you. Also, remember bringing your ball from behind, forward, while keeping that straight line. Next thing is, you don't want your hand anywhere other than the bottom. And then when you're releasing it, you want the bottom of your hand to come to this side, like a handshake. What I mean is, your hand's gonna be like this, you go back, and then when you're coming forward, you turn it to the side, like that. If you go any further than the side, it does add rotation, but you're at a higher risk of hurting yourself. The 3rd point is gonna be where you're aiming, so which pins you wanna hit, and which arrows you want to be looking at for which pins you want to hit. The biggest parts to understand are your pocket, so where you want to be hitting. Hitting your pocket is going to have the highest chance of striking. So essentially when your ball hooks right into here. So it's going to hit the 1 and the 2 pin, and then it's going to knock the rest of the pins down as long as you have a good hook and good speed. Once you find out where your hook is, and once you have a consistent hook, you're going to be looking at your arrows. These are going to be your arrows. Whichever arrow you're aiming at, you want your ball to hit each time, because then once you know your ball hits that arrow, once you have that consistent hook, if the ball hits the arrow and has that consistent hook, it'll always hit the pocket for you. So I'm gonna play a video of me bowling, and I want you to just look out for what my legs are doing, what my arms are doing, where my ball is going. It's not gonna hit perfectly, so let's just say I did not have a lot of time when I was bowling.
put my shoes on.
Okay, and I'll also play a couple videos of my friends Emma and Zoe trying the techniques before and after. This is their first time trying and they haven't bowled in a long time. In conclusion, you'll need to get the right materials, have good form, and be looking at your pins and arrows to get those strikes, get high scores, and bowl well. Thank you for watching.